Hey everybody, welcome back to BigRedEDC. Well, Artisan has sent us out a couple of knives to check out, and today it's this guy's turn. This is the Predator. Now, this is the small Predator. I need to preface that. There is a small, there is a large. The small being this one is a 7-inch version. The large is pushing closer to 8 or just over 8 inches. And within that, there are several different varieties, if you will. I mean, you've got G10, you've got carbon fiber, you've got some titanium versions. The titanium versions are running with S35VN, where these small, more budget versions with the G10 are running with D2. So, there'll be links down in the description. You can go check them out if you'd like, for sure. But we're taking a look at the small guy today. Kind of a little bit of a closed-off construction there. You've got orange G10, G10 backspacer. Do have a lanyard slot. A sort of deep carry. You do have the loop over. It's trying to be deep carry, but as you can see, you will have a little bit protruding there. It is reversible, though. Very good. Now, I don't know if you guys can tell on this, because I actually, and I tell you, I don't alter knives before I show them to you. This one, I didn't really alter it, but I did kind of clean it because it looked like I had some like transfer, some like blue transfer, maybe from my blue jeans or something on it. Wasn't like that when I got it, but I've tried to clean it off. It looks pretty good. I might have to do it again a little bit, but you know what? Do me a favor, guys. You guys know I give these knives that are sent in, I pretty much give them all away. If there's still a little bit of faint of that on the knife, is it still okay to give away? I mean, I would think so. I mean, pretty much anybody wants a free knife, but let me know down in the comments. I'll get it cleaned up as best I can, but let me know if you think it's still okay to give away. I think it is, but let me know. Interesting enough. But back to the small Predator, if you were. Like I said, deep carry clip. Now we don't have recessed screws, so you do kind of run out of room up there because that, it narrows down quite a bit with those screw heads. So like I said, we'll take a look at that when we do our pocket fit check. But flipper tab. Now everything's chamfered off nicely. You do see you do have nested liners going on there, so that's nice. It is a liner lock. Centering is pretty darn good. It kind of looks like to me that it is slightly off to the show side. Ever so slightly. But flipper tab, detent on this little devil is pretty nice. Oh, gotta get it past the detent ball. I've seen that on, I have been seeing that on knives recently where it's been a little bit of I've had an issue of getting the knife past the detent ball, whether the ramps aren't quite what they should be, but you get that initial drop, then you do kind of have to get her back past the detent ball, because right there, is it past? There it is. I made it. I got it past the detent ball. Right on. Anyway, action is pretty good. Detent is pretty solid, as I said. Lockup. You've got full engagement of your liner, which I really, really like that. You're looking at about 50% lockup. I mean, solid as all get out, without a doubt. Got this nice sort of kind of elongated drop point. Got a nice swedge. You got some really, which looks to be fairly aggressive jimping. It's not sharp really at all, but it does do its job pretty darn well. I do kind of like that blade shape. Now, you've got what looks to be a forward finger choil or an oversized sharpening choil. I mean, I can fit my finger in there, but, I mean, I am right there on the corner of the blade. So, choking up, I mean, if you want to, you're really going to have to stay back on that flipper tab, unless you have really, really skinny fingers. Then you might be okay, but I'm just really close to the heel of that blade. So, anyway, did I get it? Oh, I didn't. I've been struggling with that, getting it past the detent ball. Zoom out here just a little bit for you. We'll do a spec check. Now, like I said, this is a small, so we're looking at pretty much a 7-inch knife. It's going to be a 4 and 3. 4 and 3, 4-inch handle, 3-inch blade. Your grip length is going to be pretty right about at that 3.5 mark. And as you can see, yep, 3.5, man, it comes just past my pinky finger. I can get a really good grip on it. You do have a little bit more. You got that kind of square cutout, not hampering my grip too much. I can feel it a little bit right here on my ring finger on that hand, but it's nothing too major. Now the pocket clip, I do feel the pocket clip right back here. If I bear down on it, and I think that has to do with pretty much the handle shape and kind of how the pocket clip does stand up. But I'm not feeling it up here really at all. It's right back here. That's where I'm getting the most. And would I call it a hot spot? It's close. It's close. It's not too bad, but we're right on the ragged edge of it being a hot spot. So get a couple of size comparisons as always. Break the OPM2 out and zoom out just a little bit more. So there you go. Obviously, PM2, much larger knife. And our good old bug out, it's going to be a little bit bigger as well. Not by a lot, but a 1/4 inch on the blade and 1/8 or so on the handle. Now this is where we're going to see how it fits into our pocket right here. Like I said, the ramp is pretty good. Now see, that's where it's with you don't have those recessed screws. So as you can see on the hem of that pocket, those screws do kind of hang up a bit. So I'm kind of pushing and forcing it down, and we are kind of, see, we're kind of squeezing it in there. So really would like to see recessed pocket clip screws, so then you can, and I like a deep carry clip, so those recessed screws, it just allows me to be able to use the full flex of that, I guess, full capacity, there we go, of that pocket clip. And I really, really got to force it in there. And see, even all the way down, we do have a little bit sticking out. So, and when you do force it down, then you're going to hang up. If you go to where it just starts hanging up on those screws, you do have a little bit more sticking out of your pocket. So definitely, that is definitely a plus for me when they have, you know, for the recess screws. I want to be able to use the full throw, full breadth, full capacity of that pocket clip. Otherwise, you know, not a bad little knife. Like I said, it's got some quirks. It's kind of, oh, there it did it. Of course. It dropped. Okay, are we past? Yes, we're past. Okay, to be able to do that, I mean, you do have pretty good access to your lock bar. Now, are we having any, doesn't look like we have any weight reduction. So let's look at the weight, because it's definitely not reduced on those liners. So what do you got? So, I mean, only 2.9 for a 3-inch blade. So ounce per inch, we're right there. So does it really need any weight reduction? I mean, I don't think it does. Could it get some? Could it lose a little weight? Sure, it could, but nothing too major. You know, with these, the knife's not that, oh, I didn't get it past that time. The couple of things, not a bad little knife. Nitpicks with this one, guys. The pocket clip screws, got to be recessed. I mean, at this point, is it really, or even flat? I mean, these are pretty flat, though. I mean, yeah, it's just one of those things. I can't use the full scope of the pocket clip like I want to. I mean, I can, but I got to jam it down in there, and then it's going to hang up on the way out. So, come on. Recess screws. Come on, Artisan. Recess pocket clip screws. Do it. And then, of course, maybe just a little bit better detent ramp. Made it past that time. Yay. Now, does that affect the usability of the knife, the operability of the knife? No, not at all. It affects the fidgetability. And I know that's a big thing with a lot of people is the fidgetability, but knives are meant to be used, not just fidgeted with. So imagine that, you know, right? Right? Who knew? But There we go. Got it. Nice. Anyway, all right. I'm done dicking around with this thing. It's not a bad little knife, guys. I just do have a few little nitpicks with it. The detent ramp, the pocket clip screws. All in all, kind of a cool little knife. Like I said, there's a couple different versions. You got the small, you got the large, you got titanium, you got G10, you got S35, you got D2. Go check out the links down below if you want to check it out a little bit further. But thank you so much to Artisan. God, brain lock. Wow, holy smokes. Age is getting me. Thanks a lot to Artisan for sending out the Predator. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. And we're going to see the Eagle here coming up real soon. That was the other one they sent out to us this time. So, thanks a lot, guys. As always, like, subscribe, leave me a comment. And before I go, I'm going to tell you that this guy right here, this specific one is selling for 45 bucks. I didn't tell you that. So, they range from 45 all the way up to pretty much 200, depending on the size and version you get. So, there you go. Do the like, do the subscribe, leave me the comment. Love you. Talk to you later, guys. Bye-bye.